little different. This is hair I purchased from Ondibu. This is in one of my hauls I have up. It's a 220s, 18-inch, and a 16-inch frontal. I colored it myself with Pravana Silver and Pravana Smoky Silver, which it gives like kind of, it's like I have a lavender little feel to this. So I will talk about this hair another time, more in depth. Getting into this look. I did the Natasha Denona Sunset palette. This is the last, well, next week will be the last day in this month, so this is gonna be the last look with this palette, and I'm gonna give you my thoughts of this palette at the end. So I used this palette. This is the Sunset. I also, what I used today, I used this color. I used, what is this, Butter Cupcake from Sugar Peel. I used these right up in here. Used this color for the first time. This one, and this one right here. This on the outer parts of my eye, right up in there. I did a double wing liner and also put some glitter on with, what is this? Destruction by Urban Decay, the heavy metal. I put a little bit of glitter. And my NYX liquid eyeliner, which I really love. They just so dry. You cannot go into these in like 3 coats or something. Like, you gotta do 2 and let it be, because it gets super dry and really crackling, if that's the word, crack on the eye, and it crumbles a little. But the pigmentation in that brush is amazing. Highlighter, I use my Bobbi Brown bronze highlighter. I haven't used this in a while. Look at that. Loving it. My lips, I put on Cyber World lip liner, and I put on Katvond's Lovesick. Then I put, I did a lot of mixing today, by the way. Arrowhead by MAC. This is from, I forget what collection this is, but this is from one of the collections from MAC. I put that on top. And then I put some lip gloss on, which is Viva Glam 5 by MAC. Yeah, so that's it. I am so digging this highlight. And I put that gold color that's in the palette on my brow bone. So, my thoughts of this palette. I think this palette is a hard pass. Like, this ain't even worth getting. It's expensive, and the colors are more suited for fall. I will probably play back in this palette in the fall. I added more, you know, the liner and everything with it, because I did feel like this is more a fall look, because this yellow, and I did use a yellow base, which was MAC's Primary Yellow. I put this down, and then I used my concealer. I kind of like defeated the purpose of this, but I did use my concealer, which was NW35 Select Cover over this, and then I put that down. And even with the Butter Cupcake, me blending everything together, it still got kind of subdued, and more, to me, it's more suitable for fall. The fallout in these matte eyeshadows are real. They're super crumbly. Some of the, I won't say some, but this one glitter shade right there is completely crumbly, just crumbled on me. And the rest of the shimmers are pretty good, especially this one right now that I have on. It's really good. It's just meh. I'm not really like taken aback by this palette. It's just like They have beautiful. I'm just gonna give this a hard pass. The matte eyeshadows are powdery as hell. My eyes again keep watering up from that. Some of the shimmery colors, I mean all the shimmery colors work except for this color right there, just crumbly as hell. I would love if this yellow actually was more, a little brighter, a better matte formulation. But again, I went into my older Natasha Denona palettes, and they mattes are the same. So I guess it's still the same formula because they're all are powdery. I'm just not a fan of this palette. So I gotta go. Thank you for watching. Till next time. Okay guys, I started off with the Chroma line by MAC in yellow. I put that all over my lid. I really shouldn't even have put that down because once I put the concealer down, it really made no point. Then I went into that reddish color in the palette to set the paint pot or the Chroma line and just blending all the way up. And then I go into that other color, which is a tad bit more deeper. So I went into that right underneath where I put the other color. And then I just keep blending and blending. Okay, then I went into that darker color and I placed that right underneath everything I put down, right into my crease. And I'm blending all the way over and all the way out and just making a gradient effect onto my eye. Okay, then I went into that MAC Select Cover concealer in NW35, and I just took that on top of the yellow and everything, and I'm sculpting out that half cut crease, not going all the way over, and just trying to make sure that it's even to the other side of my eye. Okay, now I'll go into the yellow. And when I first put it down, I really realized like the color is so dull. And that's when I put the Butter Cupcake by Sugar Pill on top of it. I kind of mixed, I put that on top, and then I went back into that color just so that it'll match. I really wish I just used Butter Cupcake, but I wanted to use that yellow in the palette because I wanted to utilize everything. So that's when I put the Butter Cupcake down. And then I also went back in and put that color from the palette back on top of that. Okay, now that's when I went into that shimmery shade, and in the end you really don't get to see that shade as much, but it was better than the other shimmery shade that they have in this palette. It was just so hard to work with, and it was really crumbly. I went into that darker reddish shade and I put that on I blended that onto the outer part of my eye. I really like the gradient effect between the yellow and that color, and I just kept blending and blending till it looks like the other side. Okay, I also went into that other darker shade just to make everything blend even more and give more of like a dynamic between that yellow, which I thought it turned out really pretty. Then I decided, because I felt like this looked so much of a fall look, I want to use a colored liner, which I used the green one from NYX, which I turned out that I'm really liking these liners. It's just that you just can't use too much of it. You can't go over a couple of times with it. It will just look, it feels very hard on your eye. But I did like the outcome of everything that I did. So I went in with the yellow liner just to do a double line. I did kind of messed it up, but it's okay. You can always do that line and then go back and clean it up with the green shade so that you won't see the little fudge ups that you make. So that's me going right back over that just to cover that line. And I really like the brush of those. Then that is Urban Decay's glitter liner in Destruction, I think. Yeah, Destruction. So I put that on top of the yellow once it dried, which I thought that was really, really cute. First time me really doing that, but I think it turned out really cool. Okay, now I'm going to get into the face. I'm using the Becca First Light primer filter. And then I'm going to get into the Urban Decay Complexion Primer, the Shine Control Pore Minimalizer and Mattifying. And I also use a little bit of the Pore Professional. Okay, then I put on the new foundation by Stila. It's a stick foundation. It's in Deep 14. It's the Stay All Day Coverage Powder Finish Foundation. And then I also went in with my NARS Velvet Matte Skin Tint. And this is in Dark 1. I can't say that name, but Dark 1. Then I went into my concealer, and this is Kat Von D's D37 Warm. And just blended that out with my beauty blender. And I also set underneath my eye with Laura Mercier's translucent medium deep. Right with my beauty blender. Then I went into my KKW concealer stick. I think I went in with the lighter color first, and then I went into the darker shade after that. The lighter shade I did put on my nose, and I used a brush to blend all of that out. My own brush, not the brush that came with it. Not a fan of the brush that came with it. Then I went into the Anastasia Contour palette. This is an espresso that set that contour. I also went into an old MAC collection blush in Exelia Blossom, and I put that on my cheeks. And then I went into the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick and Bronze, and that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this look. Until next time, thank you for watching.